Greetings, royal family, and welcome to another message by the Honorable Yahweh Beit Nun Sophie Yahweh. Now, royal family, this message was taught many years ago by the Honorable Yahweh and is being presented to you today by Yahweh's royal priesthood. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Visit us at Yahweh's royal priesthood, www.yahweh144000.com. And also, royal family, join us at the University of Yahweh, where classes are designed for the Godhead. Visit us at www.universityofyahweh.org. Also, royal family, listen to our weekly podcasts by the University of Yahweh, found on most podcast platforms. We look forward to you being there as well. Enjoy, royal family.
Praise Yahweh. See, Yahweh's name is renowned among all the nations. It's only unknown, and the power of his name is only unknown among the dead, so-called blacks of America. And it has the government of America upset because the Messiah they never wanted to see come is risen. And the paper, they went on and tell you, Son of God. Throughout, they let you know, the Son of God. I mean, they don't have no question. They began with self-proclaimed. Right, that's what makes me the Son of God, is that I'm self-proclaimed, self-announced, self-resurrected. I'm self-raised. See, if I had come through man, then I could have only been raised 33 degrees. But I raised myself to 360. Nobody could prevent me from raising myself to my capacity and potential. So that's why I'm self-announced and self-proclaimed. They said it right. I'm self-proclaimed. I don't need another to proclaim me. Nobody knew when I was coming but me. So nobody knew I was here till I made my announcement. When I came as Moshe, Moses, Israel, Moshe, some of you were suspicious then. Yeah, something special about that man right there. You can't fool me. That's what I said, what you talking about? I know. I said, what you talking about? Praise Yahweh. Yeah, I know. There was some who knew. I wouldn't say anything. I just told you I'm your brother. That part of me is true because I come through the seed of Abraham. But oh, glory. I'm doing what I know and I know what I'm doing. And that's a fact. What I love about Yahweh, he doesn't need a whole bunch of people to get done what he wants to do. I have the world talking about Yahweh. They have to write about me every few days. Just often. You know, I am notoriously famous. I know what the world doesn't know. I have every reason to be happy. Let me show you why I'm laughing. Matthew 5:11 and 12. You'll understand why. See, that captured me right on the paper. That lets you know I'm the Messiah. I mean, I'm in a building being persecuted for your sake. Huh? It's not for my sake, it's your sake. They want the people to read that and have the wrong idea about me. You have to judge me by what I teach. Not by the people who have already been taught by Satan, who come and sit around me and reject what I teach. That's not a measurement of me. My measure is those who do what I teach. What do we accomplish? See, the record is clear. My follower is one who does what I teach. So people who come and then go do wrong or come in our midst and do wrong, that's not of me. I'm not that teacher to do wrong. What would I look like being a righteous teacher instructing unrighteousness? That's insanity, man. The unrighteous teachers are television, movies and radios and books and newspapers and pornography and evil conversations and plays. I mean, the evil teachers, they don't mention them. I'm not the evil teacher. I'm the good teacher. Judge me by what I do. Matthew chapter 5, verse 11 and 12. Read.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Praise Yahweh. Now, where do we get our reward? After we die? When do we get heaven? While we live. We're not working for no pie in the sky. This scripture teaches us that those who persecute us lose. They got away with persecuting the prophets. But verse 12 says they won't get away with persecuting us. We have a reward coming. Our reward is a small reward in heaven.
Great reward.
A great reward. Luke 6. 22 and 23. Luke chapter 6, verse 22, 23. Read.
Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets.
See why? I know the end of all this. It's written right here. I see the end of all of that. Tells me I'm blessed. And you are blessed. When men hate you. Now, why would anybody hate you for doing good? Though they hate us and separate themselves from my company. Can you imagine that? Well, it says here that that would happen. And if they reproach and cast out your name as evil, why? For the Son of Man's sake. So you that dare love Yahweh ben Yahweh, no, you're not the only one they seek to persecute. Yahweh got it already fixed. It's fixed now. I'm telling you, it's fixed. It's fixed, boy. Y'all better believe it's fixed now. I'm here to set judgment. I'm not playing no games. I'm here to set judgment. And I'm not just going to set it in America or Miami. I'm setting it on the planet. The whole earth. Yahweh is not God of Miami. He's God of the planet. He's not just God of the planet. He's God of the universe. He's not just God of the universe. He's God of the galaxy. He's not just the God of the galaxy. He's intergalactic. He's not only intergalactic. He's all that is and isn't. That's who Yahweh is. And I'm talking for the whole planet. That's what's so beautiful. See? I keep telling you, you're in something big. Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. Read.
And Yahweh ben Yahweh went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
But this verse proves that there were two visions, two sights here. His disciples saw one thing, and he saw another. And his disciples felt like they could show him something. He departed out of the temple, from the temple, and then his disciples came to show him the buildings. That means that they were carnal minded. They could only look at physical structures. They couldn't see what he was really about. And that's the way it is today. People can see the hotels and the grocery stores and the different businesses and the buildings, and they are amazed at what they see. Amazed. And then they go and they show people, let me show you what Yahweh ben Yahweh is doing in the city. And the people look at buildings, but there are other buildings in the city. Not the only buildings, there's plenty of buildings. And other people have taller buildings than I have right now in my possession. They're really already in my possession. All is mine. Everything on the planet is already mine. It really is. Only you don't know that yet. Verse 2.
And Yahweh ben Yahweh said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
What a mystery. Can you imagine the consternation they felt? Obviously, they wanted to show the Son of Man these wonderful buildings of the temple, which meant they were proud of these physical structures. They were proud. And he said, what you're looking at is not what I'm building. In fact, do you really see? Do you really see all these things here? Well, what you're looking at is going to be thrown down, torn down, wiped out. There's not going to be one stone left upon another. That means the building will be totally destroyed. Can't you imagine, after having worked on those buildings for years, and maybe having preserved some from Solomon's day, seeing them all thrown down? Can't you imagine their heart being wiped out? You mean I won't be able to go to the temple no more? That's what that meant. Thrown down. I mean, I won't be able to go there again. This beautiful building for Yahweh, I'll never see it again. I can imagine the wailing and the sorrow. Wiped out. Now you should know what he was talking about. What was it? Your mind. You are the temple. This physical structure is not the temple of love. Temple of love is inside us. We're the temple that has to have love inside. But he said 2,000 years ago, when the end comes, you won't see the temple of Yahweh at all anymore. It'll be completely thrown down. The book says the temple is with men.
Revelation 21:3.
Revelation 21 what?
3.
3. Let's look at it. Revelation 21:3 lets us know what the temple is. And we thought it was a building. No. Read.
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of Yahweh is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God.
Now, see who's with you? At the time of the end, Yahweh himself is going to be here with you in the flesh, dwelling with you, but coming to a temple that's already thrown down. And it's been thrown down ever since those words were spoken. 1900 years ago, it's been thrown down. And look at our people today. They are so thrown down until they reject their own God. The God that has come to be with them, they reject it. They're not with. Can y'all hear that? God himself will be with them. The tabernacle will be with men. So this prophecy did come true in verse 2. We were thrown down as a temple, as a people, as a nation, totally destroyed through slavery here in America. And all black people on the earth have been wiped out. It's not just Mandela in Africa. He's been set free, but the people still aren't free. And they thought when he got set free, the people would be set free. Verse 3. Read.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
That's what this is the subject of. I'm showing you things to come. Anytime you see a government attack Yahweh's son, they are through. That's the end. You can't get no closer to the end than that. Come against the Creator's son. You have the nerve to come against the name of the Creator. Then you are through. So the disciples at least wanted to know, when shall the temple be thrown down? Give us a sign so we can at least have a pre-warning. Give us a sign of your coming. Why would somebody need a sign of my coming? What's the purpose of a sign? Is it a warning? A heeding? A sign gives you information for direction or preparation? That meant that they knew they were going to be unprepared. Now, if the disciples were looking for the man they were talking to, why would they need a sign from him? I mean, if they were looking for the man that they were talking to, why wouldn't they recognize him? See, something had to happen to them. They knew something about the man they were talking to, that he couldn't have been the one coming back, lest they would have recognized him. Had to be another man coming. And the disciples said, Well, we recognize it's not going to be you, so we need to know the sign of the man that's coming. How can we recognize that man? How can we recognize his coming and the end of this world? Look what this message tells you. It tells you the coming of the Son of Yahweh is simultaneous with the end of the world. It goes together. Now, don't you think Satan knows that? You think the leaders and rulers of this world do not understand that with my coming is the end of them? So what do you expect them to do? Applaud? Do you think they're happy? You think they're not worried? They sing a song for nothing, don't worry, be happy. They can't do that. They can't be happy, they're worried. Can you see that? So the disciples learned 1900 years ago that with the coming of the Son of Yahweh is the end of the world at the same time. So what does that mean? Then who's the sign? What's the sign? The Son of Man coming. Soon as I show up among you and resurrect you into the name Yahweh, that's the sign. Sign of what? The end of this world's rulership. So the government of America just has to face up to, it's your end, baby. You have to give it up. You just got to give it up. I may not look like much, but you still have to give it up. Now, it's been people have heard me teach for 10 years, and the things that I said was going to come. I told you we were going to have apartments. I told you when we didn't have a thing, we were going to have hotels, we were going to have grocery stores, we were going to have supermarkets, the best of everything you can see on the earth, we're going to have it. I told you. Now it's manifest. Why am I bragging about what Yahweh has done? Because the rest of what he said is coming true. I told you how it would be. I told you there would be a falling away, that those that you look at today won't be here tomorrow. And I told you there will be people who will come who will accept me head up. They won't go through no chain. They're going to know, yes, Yahweh ben Yahweh is God. That's it. Boom. They're going to take that without a problem. I told you that day is coming. In the paper today, it tells you, white people, even my enemy tells you, I'm the Son of God. Right in the paper. Very clear. Refer to, look on the next page, Son of God. This title, look up, Son of God. I don't care who believes or don't believe. That's the way it is. They're telling you too. You can't blame them for not telling you. They're telling you. And the paper shows you I'm not worried. I'm rejoicing and exceedingly glad. Even they wrote and said he came out smiling. Can you imagine? I mean, we persecuting this man and he's coming out smiling. The government is against this man. He's coming out smiling. What's the government after him about? Let me show you. And they put all this garbage down. That's enough to scare fright away. They put enough stuff down to make fright run. They put enough stuff down to make scared take a flight out into space somewhere. And I have nerve to come out smiling. And you can tell when it's real. I mean, I'm just as happy. Why am I happy? Because I know this is the end of their rulership. And every time they come against me, they hurrying it up. That's all. Every time they come against me, they hurry up their end. Now see, People are going to know Yahweh is God in the end, but it will be too late for some. How many know what the sign is? How many now know who the sign is? How many know the name of the sign? What's the name of the sign? Yahweh ben Yahweh is the name of the sign. And I come doing what? At the end of the world. So, not after I leave, man. It's now, while I'm here, the end comes. Daniel wasn't worried when they threatened him with the lion's den. Did I look weak to anybody? Nobody in here scared. I consider it an honor to be persecuted in Yahweh's name. That's the greatest honor I know.